Groups and organizations in the metro connected to efforts in Ukraine. We reached out to several of them to get a better understanding of the toll that the war has taken. 6 News' Brent Weber shows us what he found out tonight.
That war is still going on. Missiles are still destroying buildings, and cities like Bakhmut, that we've spent so much time in, are still being leveled.
Over the past 2 decades in her travel to Ukraine, Kelly has given blood, sweat, and tears to help the children of her second country. And for those finding homes now in the U.S., she says Nebraskans are welcoming them with open arms.
You see the kids that are welcomed into their schools, and just teachers who really do all the extras to make sure, understanding these kids are coming out of war. They're coming out of maybe either no education for a number of months or maybe, only online education, and just the trauma of war.
More than 700 Ukrainian refugees made their way to Nebraska in 2022, and Omaha's Refugee Empowerment Center is prepared to help another 300 to 400, mostly women and children, this year.
And what we're trying to do is create home for them here in Nebraska while they're here, whether it's for a short time, whether it's for a long time, so they know that they are here, they're welcome, they're supported, and any sense of stability that we at Refugee Empowerment Center can provide for them is our #1 goal.
Chabad of Nebraska Rabbi Mendel Katzman's congregation has welcomed many from the region over the past decade. He's visited Ukraine on humanitarian missions and shares hope for the people.
Even though that might not have been Putin's intention, but this war brought out a love and a concern and a human side of many of us locally or internationally. That's really pretty impressive, and hopefully that'll survive and the war will end.
In the early days of the Russian invasion, UNMC doctor and researcher Olga Terashenko wasn't sure how to help her mother and sisters back home.
I was at that time really almost catatonic. I wanted to help, but I didn't know what to do. I was just petrified and just deep in my sorrow and fear.
She and other Ukrainian Americans at UNMC began building a network with the medical community in Ukraine, one that continues to deliver medical goods today.
Honestly, for me personally, it was therapeutic because that keeps me going. I feel like this is my contribution to the victory.
On your side in Omaha, Brent Weber, 6 News.
And for more information on local efforts to assist refugees and humanitarian efforts in Ukraine, you can visit our website, WOWT.com.